Good evening. I will be informing you guys of a rather unpopular topic that I think would be good for anybody to learn. Knowing where to play with the left hand in piano is just as important as playing with the right hand. I'm sure you guys have all heard of the intro to See You Again by Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth. The way the piano is played so softly. Although the right hand is doing most of the work and makes up 3/5 of the piece, the left hand is also doing some work that I will tell you guys about. The higher octave. Being an intermediate piano player, I've learned that the left hand has a set of unwritten rules that I have just learned over time. Assuming that we're all in the key of C and referring to the higher octaves of the piano, you should never play a full octave that consists of the 1 note, 5 note, and 8 note. The left hand should only play a maximum of 3 notes when you are playing a full triad, the 1, 3, and the 5 note. Usually only the 1 note and the 5 note are playing while in the higher octave. Why? I could say that it sounds better that way, but it just gives that nice and soft, mellow ring to the sound. When the left hand is higher up in the octaves, that's usually what a piano player should be aiming for anyway. Not too many notes, but enough to grab the listener's attention. The middle note, or octave. The debate to determine whether the left hand should be playing on the middle C goes on, but I think that the middle C is exactly where the octave for the left hand should start, whether you're playing an octave or the 1 or 5 note. Of course, there are no wrong ways to play piano, but if you're starting out, I would suggest 3 suggestive and generic ways to play the middle octave, as you see with the red dots in front of you. I won't dive into the how-to of those techniques, but rather tell you why. I feel all are easy enough to play for the beginner intermediate piano level player. All techniques sound really good. But if you want that generic sound that you're looking for, in my opinion, you should play according to the last row, which is the 1 note and the 5 note. It's simple, hence the generic sound, which in doubt is never wrong to refer back to the basics. The lower octave. We have finally reached the lower part with the left hand. The 2 ways were as shown, and the reasoning is self-explanatory. You want that deep, bone-rattling bass sound. That bone-rattling bass sound, though, is pure optimism. Realistically, you can only hear the low strings being played and never felt. Still, the lower octave always sounds good. The conclusion. Today we discussed why and when we use these lower octaves, the higher octaves, and the middle of the keyboard. We learned that the left hand plays a huge role in piano playing just as much as the right hand does. There's a time for each and every different technique, and it's always a matter of why and when you use them. So next time you hear that intro to See You Again, you might just recognize where Puth played his left hand. Thank you.